Music, and we'd like to invite you to just close your eyes, relax, open yourself to rest in the presence and hold space.
Namo Jai Ganesha Gananatha Dayaniti Sakala Vigna Karadura Hamari. Jai Ganesha Gananatha Dayaniti Sakala Vigna Karadura Hamari.
Namaste.
Welcome.
Welcome to our weekly online satsang. Satsang is a Sanskrit word that means community of truth. It refers to a gathering of seekers of truth on the path when they come together, when we come together to share our journeys, to share our challenges, our breakthroughs, and most importantly, the presence that is generated by us coming together. The divine presence is multiplied in our midst. And we're greatly strengthened when we join together with others in spiritual community. So be sure you're doing that. We're doing that here tonight, of course, but in your local community, find a group that's sharing the energy transmissions of blessing or something similar where you can meditate together, pray together, share your challenges and strengthen each other with your insights. If there isn't such a group, start one. You can go to our website, floweringheart.org, and use the 36-minute video. There's a link to it right there on the home page and other places on the website. You're welcome to take that video, download it, or play it right off our website. Just open a laptop or a computer, turn it on, have one or more friends punch the button. 36 minutes later, everyone will be filled with the energy of the presence and ready to share blessings. So it's so important at this time on earth that we help to awaken as many people as possible, as quickly as possible. We live in a global culture of competition, conflict, and war that's been going on as long as human recorded history. It's time to shift into the new earth, a civilization rooted in cooperation, harmony, and peace, which is the fruit of an awakened heart that is flowering with unconditional love and connection to the divine. We share to that end through these satsangs and that video I was telling you about on our website, something we call the flowering heart blessing. Hridaya, Vikasa, Diksha would be the Sanskrit translation of that. And it's something that the divine showed to Suzanne and me about 8 years ago and said, start to share this blessing. Suzanne and I have been involved in transmitting spiritual energy for many decades and have experienced some beautiful ones from various traditions, from Taoist to Tibetan, Reiki, Vedic, Shaktipat. All the great spiritual traditions have somewhere a transmission of divine enlightened consciousness that causes awakening and the heart to flower in oneness with Source. It used to be very rare. Now there are many forms of blessing going around, and a lot of them are very beautiful. The flowering heart blessing, we feel has a certain uniqueness to it among the blessings that we've experienced, because the divine told us this one doesn't belong to any particular spiritual tradition. It belongs to me, and I give it to whomsoever I will. And it doesn't come through a master or a saint or an avatar or an organization or a hierarchy. It just comes from me, and it's free. It's a gift of grace, so don't charge for it. And tell people once they've received it, even once, they are initiated to be able to serve as vessels for it to flow through them to give the blessing to others. So you're soaking in it right now. If you haven't already experienced the flowering heart blessing, just open to the presence that we're all soaking in right now. And the energy field you'll probably be aware of lightness and openness and freedom. That's the divine presence. And it flows freely through the flowering heart blessing to anyone whom you touch with intention, lightly on the top of their heads, with their consent, because it's powerful and it changes people. Or at a distance in prayer meditation, you don't even need to ask permission. It's just like praying for someone. The divine, you'll feel the energy and the presence flow through you to the person or persons that you're holding in your heart with intention. So please join us now in sharing the flowering heart blessing throughout the satsang, and go on using it all the time. It not only catalyzes awakening in the flowering of the heart, it also brings clearing to the mind and the emotions of emotional charges and wrong thinking and programming. It brings healing to the physical body. The divine presence loves to physically heal us. And sometimes the only reason it doesn't happen is we don't know, which instantly opens the door for us to be able to begin to drink in the presence for that specific purpose. It brings healing to our relationships and sets them right, and flows through our lives, shines through us into the outer world, bringing transformation to people all around us. It really helps the world at this time, because in order for the world to shift from conflict and competition and war to cooperation, harmony, and peace, this is going to require a shift in the entire collective consciousness of humanity. But that happens one person at a time. And so the more people we can share things like the flowering heart blessing and other forms of blessing that are purposed by the divine to help awaken and flower people, the faster we're moving toward that point where the human race is going to wake up one day and say, you know, I'm through with this insanity. Yeah, I don't need to compete with you because I am you. So when we awaken, we look into each other's eyes and we see ourselves looking back at us through the eyes of the other. There's no one to be afraid of. There's no one to struggle with or be in conflict with. There's just no reason for it anymore. Once we awaken to the truth that there is one supreme being in the universe, it is the source of all consciousness, and it expresses itself through all the myriad forms of creation and through us. Our awareness of our own existence is the awareness of the divine presence itself, experiencing itself through you, through me, through us. But the illusion that most humans are still subject to is the illusion that we're 8 billion separate beings, 8 billion separate consciousnesses that don't trust each other, are afraid of each other, feel threatened by each other. And that's so sad because that's the illusion of separation. When truthfully, there is one consciousness, one love, one being in the universe, and we all share in that being, share in that love, share in that consciousness, but there's just one. So we often talk about awakening into oneness, because as we awaken to that one being, that supreme consciousness, our feeling of separation from each other disappears, but so does our separation from nature. Our feelings of separation from the divine itself all just vanish because they were constructs of the mind. And the process of awakening deconstructs that negative programming, and so that we can begin to experience reality as it is. Everything is connected, everything is one, everything is filled with light. And that's what we're doing here. We're sharing that message, and we're sharing the juice. We're sharing the presence, the spiritual grace that can bring about awakening to that oneness we've been talking about. So we're so glad you're here. What else? Oh, in a couple of weeks, just a little less than 3 weeks, we're going to have the first resident spiritual intensive in over 3 years. Since, back then when the world went nuts. But we're doing a Diamond Heart Quantum Transformation Retreat. If you've done one with us before, you can do it again, half price. but it's the kind of thing that some of the people who are here with us in our local community and come to our weekly satsangs have done it over and over and over again because it is so transforming and so powerful. And after not having done it in 3 years, we're excited.
Yeah.
So there are links on the Facebook page, my profile page. There are links on the floweringheart.org website. If you're on our newsletter list, we sent out links today. Please come and join us. It's only in-house though, you can't do it online. This is one where we come together for 2 days, Friday and Saturday, July 15th and 16th, all day long for 2 days. We'll feed you when you're here. Great vegan food. Suzanne just fixes the most delicious vegan food. People are looking forward to getting more of that too. But we dive deep, deep, deep into the spiritual heart and bring about an activation of what we call the diamond heart. What the Taoist master Lu Dongbin, he coined the phrase the diamond body, which many of you have probably heard that term. But when the divine source awakens within the core of our being, there's a crystalline diamond vehicle that emerges within us that is the diamond body or the diamond heart. And we're going to be diving into that and using some very special mantras. The Om Mani Padme Hum or Om Mani Padme Hum mantra, that is the mantra of Kuan Yin, of the first bodhisattva, that is all about the jewel in the lotus being the spiritual heart and the jewel being the diamond heart. And the whole process, there will be open eye light meditation taking place, but at the end of the process on Sunday, we do something which is the 108 diamond heart blessing process. And in a period of 1 hour and 48 minutes, you receive 108 hands-on blessings.
Give and receive.
And receive.
Yeah.
So you're giving 108 and receiving 108. Each of these blessings lasts a full 30 seconds, and we're in such a high state of energy and grace by that point. Well, the first couple times we did it, I was scared. I was scared, and I've probably had as many or more blessings than anybody you know, and Suzanne's had plenty too. It's just so powerful. So join us if you can.
Due to the nature of it, we won't be doing it online. It will be in-house only.
Yeah, it has to be in person, and it's worth. We have friends. Katerina says, I hope I can go to the next one. I have friends who have been saying that now for over 3 years. You just got some things. You just got to move heaven and earth, and this probably isn't. I'm sure you have a very good reason why you couldn't do this, but if there isn't a really good reason, move heaven and earth and come join us. You won't be sorry. What else? Oh, give us a like or a love. If you're here live, please give us a thumbs up or a heart on Facebook Live. Or if you're watching the recording of the satsang after the fact, go ahead and give us a like or a love too, because I go back in during the week and look who drops in from Monday to Monday. Many, many people watch and participate in the satsangs after we do them live because of their time schedules. So, what else?
Questions and answers.
We like to open it to questions and answers for this next period on the spiritual journey. Could be anything about awakening, divine union, meditation, anything about the spiritual path. The best questions usually pertain to things you're experiencing. It could be a breakthrough, but especially if you're having a difficulty or a question you'd like clarity, more insight and clarity, please ask it, and everyone will benefit from your reaching into your heart and pulling out your questions. While you're thinking about that, I'm going to read some quotes. I've been doing that each week to give you guys time to look into your heart and ask if there's something that, or ask your own heart, is there something you'd have me ask in the satsang tonight? But I get these quotes from inspiringquotes.com. It's a website that's devoted to quotes by influential, famous people on various subjects. Tonight's quotes were collected in a little article by Darren Orff. Darren lives in Portland, Oregon, has 2 cats, yay, and writes about science, technology, nature, and history. And these are 15 quotes about making mistakes. Anybody ever make a mistake?
Several today.
Okay. So here's the little introduction. In 1711, legendary English poet Alexander Pope composed one of his most famous works, entitled An Essay on Criticism. Less of an essay and more of a lengthy poem. The piece features some of the greatest phrases in the English language, including "fools rush in" and "a little learning is a dangerous thing." But it's line 525 that has truly stood the test of time for its elegant simplicity in summarizing an undeniable truth. To err is human. Those words have resonated for centuries because everyone makes mistakes. The very nature of living is to essentially fumble your way through it, however imperfectly, trying to make wise course corrections along the way. Many great minds, from Greek playwrights to astrophysicists, have wrestled with the reality of human imperfection and have reframed mistakes as not just inevitable, but meaningful and valuable. Often, it's the way we react to our mistakes, how we forgive, learn, and move forward that truly defines us and our happiness. After all, there's a second part to Pope's famous axiom, quote, "To err is human, to forgive divine," unquote. These 13 quotes speak to the instructive power of mistakes and how to move past them stronger than before. So here we go. Freedom is not worth having if it does not include the freedom to make mistakes. Mahatma Gandhi. One of the basic rules of the universe is that nothing is perfect. Perfection simply doesn't exist. Without imperfection, neither you nor I would exist. Stephen Hawking, who said basically the manifestation of the universe, the Big Bang and all that, was the result of 4 missing subatomic particles. Without those 4 missing particles, the law of gravity wouldn't have held all of that atomic dust together and begun to form a material physical universe. We're the result of an accident. Amazing. At least that's what Stephen Hawking believed. Next one. A life spent making mistakes is not only more honorable, but more useful than a life spent doing nothing. George Bernard Shaw. I hope that in this year to come, you make mistakes. Because if you're making mistakes, then you're making new things, trying new things, learning, living, pushing yourself, changing your world. Neil Gaiman. We should regret our mistakes and learn from them, but never carry them forward into the future with us. L. M. Montgomery. Living with regrets was like driving a car that only moved in reverse. Jodi Picoult. All men make mistakes, but a good man yields when he knows his course is wrong and repairs the evil. The only crime is pride. Sophocles. Mistakes are, after all, the foundations of truth. And if a man does not know what a thing is, it is at least an increase in knowledge if he knows what it is not. Carl Jung. It's often been said that all you could really say about God is what God is not. No, I mean, there's much more we can say. God is the all that is. But in trying to define or speak of the mystery of the absolute being, the supreme being, there's much more we can say it's not than what we can say it is. We can say it's love, we can say it's existence, consciousness, bliss, but often the most significant progress we make in finding the truth about something is discovering all the things it just isn't. And what's left is what it is. Okay, another one. A step backward after making a wrong turn is a step in the right direction. A step backward after making a wrong turn is a step in the right direction. Kurt Vonnegut. I never made a mistake in my life. I thought I did once, but I was wrong. Charles Schulz, the author of the Peanuts comic strip. You need to give yourself permission to be human. Joyce Brothers. What is done cannot be undone, but one can prevent it from happening again. Anne Frank. Wow. If you keep looking back, you're going to trip going forward. Radrick Delantic Davis, a.k.a. Gucci Mane. A man of genius makes no mistakes. His errors are volitional, and they are the portals to discovery. James Joyce. That's the very reason they put rubbers on the end of pencils, because people make mistakes. Phoebe Waller-Bridge. Do not fear mistakes. There are none. Miles Davis. And that's it for tonight.
Yeah, that reminds me of that quote that came to me in meditation a couple weeks ago. I've really been contemplating it. It was something like, it just popped into my head of, if you try and do everything perfectly, then you're not going to do anything right.
You're not going to do anything at all.
Right? Yeah. Came up thinking about our grandbaby and parenting and how just, there's no owner's manuals or anything, so you just do the best that you can. And if you're trying to do everything perfectly, you're taking away the freedom that's in each moment to just be and live and explore.
Yeah, I've often said we only learn from our mistakes. When you think you know how to do something and you do it and it works, all you've done is proven to yourself you already knew it. I knew that. It's only when you try something and it doesn't work, you've just learned something that doesn't work, and it's an opportunity to try something new. So it's like if you've ever played chess or learned to play a game like chess, you don't learn from being cocky and beating people. You learn from playing people that are better than you are and losing to them and gaining wisdom and skill from them, which comes in the beginning by losing. And you'll notice you're losing less and less. Then you need to find somebody even better to play with who can still beat you. Well, I'm still waiting for questions. I guess everybody knows everything these days. Well, you got any questions?
Nope. Do you?
Yeah, how come there aren't any questions? Well, I guess we'll dive in early.
Okay.
Okay. So, this was my chance to pontificate about great spiritual truths. Silence is often much better. So, close your eyes, open your heart, and invoke the divine presence within you. The fullness of the divine source is inside of you at the center of your being. If you've been searching for it out there somewhere, maybe in some master or guru or a place of power or a temple, or maybe you've been seeking it far above your head, far above the crown chakra, if you could just fly high enough, when all along the divine presence in its fullness was dwelling in you as you at the center of your being. There's not just a drop of the divine in you, the entire ocean resides within your drop. This presence is your true self, your divine essence. It is the essence of enlightened consciousness. You, in your true being, your true essence, are enlightenment itself. And not only is your true self fully awakened, it is the divine. It is in full union with the divine, with God, with the light. What you've been looking for is you. And it's in you. And this presence in you is not far. There's no separation between you and the light. The veil, the apparent darkness, the distance that you may feel mentally or emotionally from the light, from the divine, is a mental construct. It is an illusion. In truth, in spirit, in reality, you are one with the divine, with the light, with all that is. This divine being loves you unconditionally, exactly as you are. No matter the mistakes you feel you've made or the faults you think you have, the divine sees you in perfection and yearns to melt the veil of separation that keeps you from seeing and experiencing the truth. Call in your heart to the presence within you to dissolve the veil, to awaken you, to ignite the light within your heart, to illuminate you and cause you to flower that the light would flood out of the center of your being and cleanse the mind of wrong thoughts and blocks, emotional charges and programming. Heal your physical body of all disease. Flood all of your relationships with grace to bring about healing, restoration, love to set your relationships right. It wants to shine through your life into the world to catalyze, bring light to others. All you need to do, you don't even have to say it out loud, just ask. Free me, awaken me. Make my heart flower. The divine knows what you need before you even know it, and certainly before you ask. So just now, relax and allow yourself to receive the outpoured grace of the flowering heart blessing. There's nothing to do but keep receiving, drinking in, breathing in the presence. Now, imagine, visualize all of us sitting together with our eyes closed in a big circle, a blessing circle. Lift up your hands in front of you with your palms open, facing forward, and invite the presence to pour the flowering heart blessing through you to all the others sitting in the circle. As it's flowing back to you through all of them. Now imagine before you, in the center of the circle, the beautiful, living, blue planet Earth. And let us take an intention together and ask the presence to pour the flowering heart blessing out to all of humanity, all 8 billion some people, to dissolve the veils of blindness and separation, to awaken the hearts and enlighten the eyes to see the truth of our oneness with each other and with all that is, to awaken humanity. Open the floodgates of unconditional love in the hearts of all human beings. Let us take an intent and ask the Divine to pour healing grace on the entire planet Earth. Let the flowering heart blessing bring healing to all the world, to all the creatures, the lands, the oceans, the airs, the planet itself. Earth be filled with the knowledge of the glory of God as the waters cover the seas. Let the earth be filled with light, the light of the divine presence. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Now you can relax your hands somewhere in your lap. And when you're ready, open your eyes and begin to make direct eye contact with either Suzanne and or me. Just keep looking at least one of our eyes continuously as we dive into the light meditation. In this meditation, Suzanne and I are flooded with oceans of grace and light and love. And it flows through every pore of our being to you, especially through our eyes, which have been called the doorways of the soul. The light floods through our eyes to you. It flows in through your eyes as you just keep looking. It flows in through your eyes deep into your spiritual heart of hearts and causes the light of awakening, the flames of divine love to shine brighter and brighter and brighter within you. Nothing to do but keep looking and receive. close your eyes now. Meditate with us for a few more minutes as we let the grace settle within. Continue meditating as long as you like, or find a place nearby to lie down in Shavasana. That's to lie on your back comfortably with your eyes closed, your arms loosely at your sides with your palms open, turned upward, and just dissolve in gratitude in the presence. We love you very much.
Much love, light, and blessings.
Until we cross paths again, know that the divine in us beholds the divine in you, and we bow to you. Namaste.